Blackburn Rovers make it 2 wins on the bounce as they climb the table out in the Championship as the top 2 drop points. Who's going to be the biggest winners this week? We'll take a little look next. Backwards giving another prediction show today. We'll take a look at match number 15 out the Championship. We'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button. You're bang out today with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, world football related. I'm in bloody shorts. That's right, of course. Yeah, we're on our way back. We are on our way bloody well back. Actually hitting the road in about a couple of hours' time. But yes, we've just got to get the picks in before I get going. So, of course, so you guys can get them in as well. Of course, my big shout out to the Patreon gang. You know who you are. The VIP brothers from another mother. You know who I'm talking about. Of course, support the channel behind the scenes. I do appreciate it, guys. Especially, we got a new one, Humphrey. So big shout out to Humphrey for becoming the latest member of the Patreon gang. If anyone else is out there, we're trying to get up to 25 by the end of the calendar year. We've had 25 before, but we lose them, of course, with the wind and all this kind of stuff. So if you are interested, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. But now we must get cracking because I've got to get going on the ad. Of course, we're going to take a look at the picks from last time out. Of course, my picks, your picks, all that kind of stuff. So let's take a bloody look at it then, shall we? Will we bloody go? Of course, got the in-laws knocking about, so we'll take a little look at these and then, shall we? Of course, kick it all off way back on Friday. But before that, quick look at the criteria. Up to 4, you're in the shit-face game. 5 to 9, you're in the shit-face game. And 10 plus, you're in the top bins. That's right. Let's take a look at it then, shall we? Here we go. Brentford kicked us all off with a 2-1 win over QPR. That was, of course, on Friday night. Goal scorers on the day were Vilty Janelt on score sheet. It was Ivan Toney getting the elusive winner there for Brentford. Lyndon Dykes on score sheet with QPR as they try to take themselves a point out of it. Todd Kane, ex-Rover, of course, getting himself sent off on the day. For me, what did I get on that one? I actually went with a 2-0 win for Brentford on the day. So not too shabby. Into Saturday's games, the early kick was, of course, a power one at the top 6. It was Reading against Bristol City, and it was a 3-1 win for Reading. Ajar on the score sheet, Maite and Lucas Chow, of course, ex-Rover as well on the score sheet. Naki Wells getting the consolation goal for Bristol. Ex-Dingle there on the score sheet in that bad boy. Actually went with the 1-1 draw. Shame on me. My picks on the right, the real deals on the left. Kicking on forward into Saturday's games, it was Birmingham 0, Millwall 0 in the Gary Rowett derby. Actually went with a 1-0 win for Birmingham. I thought they would nick it, but unfortunately, no. Kicking on forward into Rotherham, was it Rotherham? No, it's the mighty blue and white. Of course, Blackburn Rovers taking on Barnsley. It was an early one. It wasn't the best performance by Rovers, but we came out on top with the 3 points. I actually went with the 3-1. The real deal was 2-1 with goals from Adam Armstrong, Sam Gallagher, and of course Romel Palmer made it a little bit hairy towards the end as Barnsley tried to push for a leveller. Moving for Cardiff City with the big winners as well. 4-0 demolition of Luton Town. They were due one of them. Luton Town were just grinding out the results, but a big result for Cardiff as well. They were struggling prior to this. Sean Morrison, Mark House, Kiefer Moore and Shea Joe on the score sheet for Cardiff in a comfortable win for them to move them back up the table a little bit as we head to match number 15. Of course, Derby, Wayne Rooney's Derby, literally Wayne Rooney's Derby at the moment. 1-1 draw against Wycombe. Is it good enough to get the job? I don't think so. Dwayne Holmes on the score sheet. Matt Bloomfield equalised late on for Wycombe, who are grinding out some points recently. So kudos to Wycombe for digging the heels in. Next up, Watford, though, big winnings as well. 4-1 on the day, 2-2 for me against Preston, but unfortunately, no bueno for Preston. Goals on the day, Dominique Quina, Troy Deeney, Nathan Chamberlain, and Joe Pedro on the score sheet. Was here. Tom Barkhusen getting the money goal for Preston. We made it a little bit lively in the midway through the second half, but ultimately, Preston were not good enough. Watford showed their class. The cream rose to the top there. Huddersfield, though, in a 5-goal Bobby Dazzler over Middlesbrough, 3-2 in the end. Goal scorers on that day. Marvin Johnson and Brett Soberlonger from the penalty spot gave Middlesbrough their 2 goals, with Carl Easterling, Fraser Campbell and Josh Karoma on the score sheet for Huddersfield as they took the 3 points and again kick-started their season and stopped Middlesbrough's recent bit of form. Norwich, though, again late drama out in Carrow Road, 1-1 final score there. Actually went the 3-0 for Norwich. Mario Vanacic on score sheet from the penalty spot. Maxime Bayamou equalising late on that one for Coventry to give themselves a valuable point as well. 3-0 for me. Shame on me. Rotherham 2-2 against Bournemouth. Another bit of late drama there. Actually with the 2-1 win for Bournemouth. So got that bad boy wrong. Goal scorers on the day were Junior Stanislas and score sheet for Bournemouth. Freddie Lapado with a couple of goals there for Rotherham. Dominic Solanke lately equaliser for Bournemouth in a 2-2 draw. So they actually call their way back on that one. Of course, the Tony Pulis derby down at Hillsborough was a 0-0 draw. Actually went with a 1-0 draw, a 1-0 win. What am I thinking for Sheffield Wednesday? But yeah, Another point in the bag for Tony Pulis. And of course, just on Sunday night, right here, right now, hot off the press, Forest lost to Swansea 1-0. Actually, with a 2-1 win for Forest. The one who goal scores Connor Roberts to give Swansea a big old boost. Probably the biggest winners this week, Swansea. This is the situation as it stands in the table. Of course, it's Norwich leading the charge by 1 point over Bournemouth, who have 1 point lead over Watford, who are just above Swansea on goal difference, with Reading also there as well. Bristol City not too far away. Rovers on the flip side, just 3 points out of the top 6. Can we make the push into the month of December? We'll take a look at it in a minute. Of course, at the flip side, Derby, Wycombe and Forest going down on paper, but the real deal shows actually Sheffield Wednesday down there in 23rd spot. So we'll have to see who comes out the sharp end here. So let's get into it then. Of course, take a look at your picks and see how you guys got on. Let's get on with it, shall we? Let's bring on the switch over, get the computer over here so I can have a little look at it. So 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 plus, you know the deal. Here we bloody go. Simples 97-16 did bits. Robert Haas not too shabby. Oh, Escobar, the Mexican sniper, also did very well. Well done to you, brother. You did poop actually. John, you did shocking. Constable 976 also did. He didn't do show. He did actually. Didn't he get his picks in there? Joe Turner did shocking. That's what I'm trying to say. Full stop also did okay. Jacob Long not too shabby. Mr. Norwich did poop just like me. Ivan String also did okay. Ashley Beard, Shocker Rooney there. Nathan Heaver also, he did pretty well this week. Gethin Tasker did shite. Mitchell Stoney also did poop, but it's okay, brother, you're alright. We are QPR not too bad. Tristan 24 did bits. Yannick Buster did shocking. Jojo not too bad, brother, well done. Of course, Harry did bits. Cody Gaho also did very well. Vincent Hung also did poop. Ultra Owen Merritt not too bad, brother, not too bad indeed. I Hate Mania not too shabby, and Kevin Wright also did good. Damien Heaven also did bits as well. Danish Keneally not too shabby. Grunzel Frost also did bits. Alex Willer not too, he did shocking just like me. Gaming Charlie also poopski. Leeds 2020 not too bad. Okay, did okay. Miniarca not too bad. And LG and Cow, he also did very well. Well done. Shane O'Donnell did okay. Well done to you, brother. Of course, Jockey Jackerson also did very well. And Tom Stainer did bits with Shepherd, wrapping up the strimping right there with a good old performance. Of course, that is this week's picks. What about the leaderboard as it stands? Mr. Norwich, close your bloody eyes. I'm down there with Omar Escobar, of course. But the real winners this week are Roberto Hollis and Jacob Loring with 7 out of 12. That's a good return there. Simples also did very well. Nathan Heaver and Olaji Ojo. Harry Dennis Canali, Leeds 2020. Okay, LG and Cam and Shepherd make up your top 5 there. As for the real deal, the Kingpins overall. Again, I'm outside. I'm in the middle of nowhere, so you've got to respect that there's a little bit of a graphical frailties here. But Joachim Jakobsen is your leader at the moment. We are looking at the minor percentage points here. So we have a minor percentage point lead over the likes of Russell Frost and Shane O'Donnell, who are level on 47% success rate. So it's marginable there. So those three duke it out at the moment. Okay, it's not too far away either. Gaming Charlie doing bits as well. Vincent Hong, Cody Cahoe, I Hate Mania, Roberto Hall, Shepherd is also doing very well as Yannick Bustler. So they are just 6 percentage points clear as we enter, match day number 15. We're edging closer to the halfway mark, but still a lot of predictions still to be had. So make sure you get you get your picks in nice and early for these bad boys. So let's get into, of course, the next round of matches. Hopefully we can be kicking it on. And again, I'm outside on tablets. It's very, very hard here. The internet is not grand. We are out in the middle of the boonies. So let's go on to it. Of course, kicking it all off on Tuesday night. Got to get in there thick and fast. I've pressed the wrong bloody button. So let's take a look at it. Of course, kicking it all off on Tuesday, the 1st of December. It'll be Cardiff up against Huddersfield. Of course, kicking us all off on the early kick-off. I think it's 7 o'clock out in England time. So we'll take a close look at this bad boy. I'm going to cross my legs for you. Bit of basic instinct. Oh yeah, about that. So let's get into it then. Of course, Cardiff up against Huddersfield. Let's take a look at it. Of course, I haven't got all the stats, but we're going to go with what I've got. Of course, the last 6 between 2 stars, 4 wins of Cardiff, nothing for Huddersfield, and 2 bloody draws. That's that picture that was in the John Smith McAlpine Stadium back in February 2020. It was a 3-0 win for Cardiff. Of course, goal scorers Josh Murphy for Wolf Hawks and Callum Patterson on score sheet. On the flip side, last night picture that in Wales was a 2-1 win for Cardiff as well. All the way back in, of course, August 2019. Joe Rolls and Junior Hoyle on the score sheet with Triple R on the score sheet for Huddersfield. If you go and take a little look, the last encounters over in Wales, you've got to go all the way back to 2012. But beyond that, the last time Huddersfield were victorious on there. Are they due a win? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. Cardiff actually undefeated in their last 13 matches against Huddersfield in all competitions, so they like playing them, of course. On the flip side, coming into this, Cardiff just 1 win in the past 4. That was, of course, against Luton the other day. On the flip side, Huddersfield the same, 1 win in the past 5 for them, and that was against Middlesbrough just the other day. Quick look at the bookies odds. What do we have on the bookies odds? Bookies odds are 11 to 10 on for Cardiff for the victory, 12 to 5 as a draw, 10 to 3. That's your away win, of course, heading into this son of a gun. Quick look at the my pick in just a second. Look at the table. Cardiff, of course, on the climb there, 14th now at the moment, but with them they can actually go as high as 11th. Huddersfield also not doing the best of the world, but they're actually above Cardiff at the moment with 18 points. I mean, for them, they could actually go as high as 9th in the bloody league. I've gone with a 1-0 win for Cardiff to make it back-to-back wins for them, and again, kick on the season as they do into the month of December. Next, of course, we have Bournemouth against Preston. Of course, Bournemouth come into this. They're actually in second at the table. Preston come into this in 18th. The last 6 between two sides, 3 wins for Bournemouth, 2 wins for Preston, and 1 bloody draw. Last time they played each other was back in 2016 in Bournemouth. It was the League Cup. It was a 3-2 win for Preston. Simon Mienkiewicz with a hat-trick there. Lewis Grabban, Dan Gosling on score sheet for Bournemouth in a 3-2 loss. Remember, the last time they played each other in the league at the Vitality was back in 2012. In League One, it was a 1-1 draw. Goodness gracious me. Harry Arter got himself sent off. Tommy Elphick and Antia Shodoji on the score sheets there for the respective teams. Heading into this, Bournemouth actually undefeated in 13 last 14 matches in the Championship. They also scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches as well. They come into this unbeaten in the past 4 games, picking up 3 wins and a draw to boot. On the flip side, Preston just 1 win in the past 4. That was against Sheffield Wednesday, all the way back on the end of the month for their 21st of November, of course. Heading into this, the bookies odds. What do we have on the bookies odds? Bournemouth are 10-6 on for the victory. 29-10 is your 5-1 is your bloody away win on this one. A quick while I queue up the next one. Of course, quick look at the situation out in the league. Bournemouth are in second away for them. They could go top of the pops with the big fat W, of course. On the flip side, Preston come into this a bit struggling at the moment, 18th in the table, but with them they could go as high as Swallow. That's right. For me, I'm going to go with a cheeky 2 to win for Bournemouth again to continue the heat at the top of the table. Have they got the real deal? Are they the real deal? Next up is the Battle of the Bees, of course. Birmingham against Barnsley down at St Andrews. Last 6 between two sides, 2 wins for Birmingham, 3 wins for Barnsley, and 1 bloody draw. Last time played was at the Boquell. It was back in February. It was a 1-0 win for Birmingham. In fact, the last time played at St Andrews also a 2-0 win for Birmingham as well back in August 2019. Goal scorers on that day was Lucas Chikawitz on the score sheet and Alvaro Jimenez as well. Heading into this, Birmingham actually failed to win 25 of the last 28 matches in the bloody Championship. On the flip side, there is no flip side. Coming into this, they're without a win in 6. I mean, they're without a win in 5, sorry. But they're unbeaten in 3, picking up 3 draws on the spin. On the flip side, Barnsley, back-to-back defeats for them. Of course, losing to Rovers and, of course, losing to Brentford just last week as the motorcycles roll on by. Quick look at the bookies odds on this one. Of course, the Battle of the Bees sees 8-5 for Birmingham, 11-5 is your 50-8 is your Barnsley on this son of a gun, of course, as we queue up. Next up, Chris, look at the table. Of course, Barnsley now into the 16th spot, but for them, they could actually go as high as 12th. Birmingham coming to this just a point below them in the table, actually level on points with Barnsley, and they could also go as high as Swallow in the league. I've gone with a 1-1 draw, playing it right safe down the middle. Next up, of course, Wayne Rooney's Derby taking on Coventry. Of course, ain't no easy slouches at Coventry these days, grinding out the results. The last 6 between two sides, 3 wins for Derby, 2 wins for Coventry, and 1 bloody draw. Last time I played each other at Pride Park was in the Championship back in 2012. It was a 1-win win for Derby. Callum Bell, a ball on the score sheet on the 75th minute. Heading into this, Derby have actually failed to win the last 10 home matches in the Championship. They're coming into this without a win in 6, of course. Just 1 win all season. On the flip side, Derby, Coventry coming to this in 20th, and they're unbeaten in 3 games. Of course, pick up 2 draws and a win to boot. Take a close look at the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on the bookies odds? Derby 5-4 for the victory, 5-2 is draw, 21-20 for Coventry. It looks like the bookies have not given up hope on Derby rebooting their season. Will they reboot it with Wayne Rooney, or will they reboot it with somebody else? Of course, they brought in Steve McLaren as well. Maybe the mentorship of McLaren will guide them forward. I've gone with a cheeky 1-0 win on this one for Derby, and with that win, they could mathematically go up to 22nd spot on the table. If Coventry were to turn the table on them, they could actually go from 20th all the way up to 16th in the bloody league. Next up, of course, we have QP bloody R taking on Bristol City. Of course, this one's going to be a bit fruity. Got goals in this one, I can smell it. The last 6 between two sides, 1 win for QPR, 5 wins for Bristol City, and no draws. Last time I played at Loftus Road was a 1-0 win for Bristol City. That's back in February 2020. Famia Deyadoru on the score sheet on the 16th minute back in 2020. Bristol City actually won 5 of the last 6 matches against QPR in all competitions, and they come into this just 1 defeat the past 5 games for them. On the flip side, QPR were just 1 defeat the past 3 for them as well, and that was against Brentford the other day. You want to look at it a different way, Bristol City just 1 win in 3. How about that? I'll make it a little bit more believable for your QPR. QPR commit to this, of course. Bookies odds 13-10 for the victory, 25 is your draw, 21-10 is your away win. That is Bristol City. Of course, quick look at the situation out in the bloody league, and it shows QPR on the climb. They're up to 15th now at the moment, but for them, they could actually go as high as 11th. On the flip side, their opposition, Bristol City, are doing very well, up to 6th at the moment. Better win for them. They could go second in the league, boys and girls, second in the bloody league. For me, I've gone with a cheeky 2-1 win for QPR to upset the apple cart there. Maybe make a push for the top 8, top 10, whatever you want to call it. Next up, of course, we have Rotherham against Brentford, also on Tuesday night, the 1st of December. Of course, the last 6, 2 sides, 2 wins for Rotherham, 4 wins for Brentford, and no bloody draws. Last time picture that was in Rotherham, it's a 4-2 win for Brentford. That was back in 2019 in January. John Taylor and Ngoyo with a big fat OG. On the flip side, Mojito, Ben Rama, Mojito again, and Neil Malpe on the score sheet for Brentford in a 6-goal Wobby Dazzler. Brentford actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 away matches, and they've also won those last 3 away matches against Rotherham in all competitions. They come into this unbeaten 6, just winning 2 out of the past 5 though, if you want to look at it that way. Rotherham fans. On the flip side, Rotherham coming to this just 1 win and 6. Not great for them. Their last victory was against Preston at home as well. Yeah, but the home record is decent. The past 2 games, they're unbeaten. So, how about that? Also giving you some positivity there. Of course, heading into the bookies, odds on this one, 7-2 for Rotherham, 5-2 is your 6-5 on Brentford are your Bobby Dazzlers on this one. So, what do we fancy on this one then, shall we? Of course, let's take a closer look at it. I've gone with a cheeky 1-1 draw. Yeah, I think Rotherham will grind something out of this one and upset the pace there with high flyers Brentford or promotion chasing Brentford. Next, of course, Middlesbrough against Swansea. A bit of a battle. This one, of course, on to Wednesday night, the 2nd of December. The last 6, 2 sides, 1 win for Middlesbrough. 3 bloody wins for Swansea and 2 draws, of course. Last time played each other was at the Riverside back in June 2020 in lockdown. Of course, it was a 3-0 win for Swansea. Ryan Brewster with a couple of goals. Andre Ayew as well. Heading into this, of course, Swansea just 1 defeat the past 6 for them. 2 wins in the past 5, if you want to look at it a different way, Middlesbrough fans. Of course, on the flip side, Middlesbrough coming to this just 1 win in the past 5 for them. A little bit wobbly. Yeah, so not really. They're up there. Of course, Middlesbrough having a bit of a dip now, down to 10th for the table. Swansea up to 4th at the moment. Quick look at the bookies. Odds on this one, 8-5 for Middlesbrough, 21-10 is your draw, 90-10 is your Swansea on this. Quick look at the situation out in the league. Of course, quick look at the situation of the league. Let's have a little look at the league. Of course, the table shows, of course, Middlesbrough is 10th win for them. They could actually go as high as 6th. On the flip side, Swansea coming to this in 4th win for them. They could go ba-da-ba-ba, big ba-ba-boom. They could go top of the pops, boys. They could go bloody top of the pops. I've gone with a 2-0 win for Butter, though. Warnock's boys ousting the apple cart there and get themselves back into form for the top 6. Next, of course, we have the game of the week, and hopefully we might have a watch along on this one. So hopefully we should be back, soon. So if so, make sure you come by and say hello on the old channel. So Millwall against Rovers, of course, the last 6 2 sides, 3 wins for Rovers, 1 for Millwall, and 2 bloody draws. Last time picture that was out at the Den, it was a 1-0 win for Millwall back in lockdown, of course. Back in the season, kind of put a kibosh on our late push for the top 6. Last time picture that at Ewood Park, that was back in September 2019, it was a 2-0 win for Blackburn Rovers. Del Boy on the score sheet, and Bradley Dacarino, of course. Could he be back? I don't think so. Just a couple games, maybe a couple of days too early. We might see him back next weekend. Of course, heading into this, Millwall actually drawn the last 5 matches in the Championship, and they've actually failed to score in the last 3 away matches as well. They come into this unbeaten in the last 5, of course. Rovers also unbeaten in the last 5, winning 3 out of 5. Not too bad for Rovers, picking up the form just at the right time. That's what we want to see. Quick look at the bookies odds on this one. Blackburn actually 11-10 for the victory, 23-10 is your 27-10 is your away win. That is Millwall, of course. Quick look at the situation out in the bloody league. Shows Rovers into, where are they? They're in 9th at the moment, but a win for them. They could actually go as high as 6th in the table. On the flip side, Millwall coming to this in 11th. They could also go as high as 7th in the bloody league. That's right, of course. We'll have extensive coverage on this, regardless of the watch along. We'll have a preview, we'll have a review, we'll have a reaction, all that kind of stuff leading up to kick off. So make sure you stick that bad boy in the next day or so. For me, I've gone with a 2-0 win for the mighty blue and white, not in the red and black, but the blue and white. You know what I'm talking about, lads. You know what I'm talking about. Next, of course, we're Luton Town against Norwich. Of course, let's take a closer look at this one. They showed the last 6 between 2 sides, 2 wins for Luton, 4 wins for Norwich, and no bloody draws. Last time picture was in the League Cup. Earlier in this campaign was a 3-1 win for Luton at Kenilworth Road. Goodness gracious me. Last time picture in the league in Kenilworth Road was all the way back in 2007 in the Championship. It was a 3-2 win for Norwich. Chris Martin, James Shacknell, and Simon Lappin on the score sheet, with Brion Rundstrom, Drew Talbot on the score sheet for Luton. Norwich actually undefeated in the last 10 matches in the Championship, whereas Luton have actually failed to win the last 5 home matches heading into this. Just 1 defeat in the past 5 for Luton, though, and that was against Cardiff the other day. On the flip side, Norwich unbeaten in the last 6, just 2 defeats all season, and they sit top of the pops at the moment. Quick look at the bookies odds on this one. Luton are 23-10 for the victory, 5-2 is your 23-20 is your Norwich. They are your favourites. Of course, I went for Norwich. We'll see them remain top of the pops. On the flip side, A win for Luton Town, who coming into this into 12th, but they could go as high as 8th in the bloody league, of course. For me, I've gone with a 1-1 draw again. Maybe, just maybe, a little bit of a mid-season blip for Norwich to open up the chances for the chasing pack. Next, of course, we're Nottingham Forest against Watford, of course. Two reasonably sized clubs here, decent sized clubs. But anyway, the last 6 2 sides, 1 win for Forest, 3 for Watford, and 2 draws. That's not the picture. There was, in fact, at over the City Ground in Nottingham, it was a 1-0 win for Watford in the FA Cup back in 2016, of course. Last time I picture that in the league at Nottingham back in 2015, it was a 3-1 win for Watford. That's right. Garlow on the score sheet, Connolly and Abdi as well, with Gary Gardner on the score sheet for Nottingham Forest. With Kelvin Wilson get himself sent off on this one. Watford actually undefeated in the 9 last 10 matches in the Championship. They're coming to this though, unbeaten in the last 5. On the flip side, Forest 3 defeats on the spin. The Chris Hughton effect, not really into top gear just yet. 90-10 for Nottingham Forest. 94 is a draw, 64 is your away win. That is Watford. League table suggests Watford, if they are victorious, they could go top of the pops with a big fat W. Of course, Forest coming to this in 21st spot, and for them they could go as high as 19th in the bloody league. That's right. I've gone with a 1-0 win for Forest. Surprise, surprise. I like to throw a cat amongst the pigeons. Of course, I've got a couple of cat amongst the pigeons this time. I need to up my score, you see. Next up, of course, we have Tony Pulis back in action, of course, up against Reading down at Hillsborough. The last 6 between these two sides sees 4 wins for Sheffield Wednesday, 1 for Reading, and 1 bloody draw. Last night picture was in Hillsborough back in February 2020. It was a 3-0 win for Reading, of course. It was Maite Pushkas and Sam Baldock on the score sheet for Reading. Ugahudi himself sent off for Sheffield Wednesday. Heading into this, Sheffield Wednesday actually failed to score within 6 of the last 8 matches in their Championship, where they've also kept a clean sheet in the last 3 home matches. Pulis effect is coming into top 4. Actually, just 1 loss in the past 5 for them heading into this. That was against the Preston a couple of games back. On the flip side, just 1 win in the past 6 for Reading, and that was against Bristol City. Big one, of course, 6-pointer right there. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? 64 for Sheffield Wednesday, 21-10. If you draw 21-10, it's also your bloody away win on this one. What do we think? What do we think? What do we bloody think? I'll show you. Of course, Sheffield Wednesday coming to this in 23rd spot with that negative points tally, but a win for them. They could actually go above Wycombe into 22nd spot. On the flip side, Reading come into this in 5th, and a win for them. They could go top of the pops with a big fat W, of course. I've actually thrown another cat amongst the pigeons. I'm gone with the first Tony Pulis win. That's right, Sheffield Wednesday to grind out the result and hopefully put a smile on somebody's face. You know what I mean? Merry Christmas, laddios. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, Natho. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, of course, kicking on into the last game, it is Wycombe against Stoke, of course. This one sounds like a good game. Anyway, heading into Stoke are playing good football at the moment, and Wycombe just grinding out the results. The last 6 2 sides, 1 win for Wycombe, 3 for Stoke, and 2 bloody draws. Last time the picture was in fact at over in Wycombe. It was back in 2002. It was a 1-0 win for Wycombe. Jermaine McSporran. Woo! Remember that name. Scored back in 2002 in the 1-0 win for Wycombe. Heading into this, Wycombe actually drawn the last 3 matches in the Championship, where Stoke actually kept a clean sheet in the 5 of the last 7 matches away from home. Wycombe actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 home matches as well. They come into this just 1 defeat the past 6. Wycombe on one of the 4 teams at the moment. On the flip side, Stoke just 1 defeat the past 4. That was against Norwich. 2 wins at the past 5, if you want to look at it a different way, Wycombe. Bookies odds on this one, 3-1 for Wycombe, 12-5 is Joe Evans, bloody Stevens for a Stoke victory, of course. Quick look at the situation out in the bloody league. Wycombe on the climb. Actually, a win for them in 22nd spot. Could actually go as high as 19th in the league. All right, Stoke coming to this in 8th, and win for them. They could actually go as high as 6th into the playoffs at the right about time, of course. For me, I've gone with a 0-0 stinking draw, of course. Ball draw in the end. Nothing's fancy with those pickaroonies, but there are some surprises, of course, and that's just my picks, of course. Be sure to get your own picks in nice and early for the Championship as the game's coming thick and fast once again. And again, this is the table as it would look like if my picks coming in. Bournemouth will top the table. Norwich will be in 2nd. Watford up to 3rd. Rovers into 6th. How about that, boys? How about that? Down the flip side, Derby, Wycombe and Coventry going down on according to form and all this stuff. Sheffield Wednesday realistically still in that bottom 3 for the time being. But that's what I think of course will happen. Be sure to get your own picks in nice and early, of course, for the Prediction League. And then we'll do it all again back at home, probably Wednesday night. Oh yeah, or Thursday morning, I don't know, something like that. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let's do a bit more Basic Instinct. Yeah, that's all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you also smash the old subscribe button and bang up with all things Blackburn Championship related, world football related. We got it all here under the daylight sun. Yeah. And again, if you want to support the channel in another way, check out the links down below, links to my other social media platforms on there, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the best place to do it. So check that bad boy out. And I will, and again, I've got got a bit of free time when we get back, so I'm going to be revamping the Patreon with my Discord kicking on again. Of course, mod privileges to some of the higher patrons, of course, out there, and some other perks and tweaks and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully, I will have the merch on display in a couple of days, maybe a week or so, to show what's on offer for the prediction league. But enough jibber jabber. I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy. Make sure you bang the thumbs up, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Mask up, boys. Mask bloody up.